Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to make these pink press-ons. Now we're kind of hopping into this kind of like a series. We are basically going to be doing a little bit more press-ons for the next couple of weeks probably on the channel, and we're also trying out some different products for a change. We've got Semolac today. Quickly here I'm going to show you guys the shade, very beautiful pale pinky shade. Now the series that I'm referring to is I am basically scheduled to go on vacation basically by the start of September, so I've got like a month, and I've got, honestly you laugh at me, I do nails so regularly and often, but I've got no press-ons for myself to actually wear, so we're hopping onto this little series of where I'm actually going to be doing press-ons for my own self to wear on vacation. So this is one of those sets, so they may be a bit random, maybe not, I don't know. I am a massive pinky girly, so I do like myself a pink, so you might find a bit more pinky press-ons coming up on the channel. But yeah, they're all going to be quite wild, so I hope you guys like that. You probably do if you're on my channel, because I always do some crazy designs, a bit busy and all that kind of stuff, but that's the vibe for today. So I was inspired by one of my old sets that I did on the channel maybe 2 years ago now, where we did this circle glitter look. At the time we did it on a rainbow glitter dotted look, but today we're going to do it on a pinky one. So we've applied the two coats of that pink across all those nails, and now on this part of the video I've really fast tracked the footage. As you can see, I'm working like mega speedy because I was being very particular with where I'm placing the glitter. And trust me, if I was to keep it on regular speed, we'd be here forever and you'll be all yawning at the screen, and we don't want that. So when it comes to the thumb, on every single nail I'm going to use base coat to help me, kind of glue down the glitter chunks here. So on a wet layer of glitter, I'm using my ombre brush, and I'm going to just pick up the glitters that I've sprinkled on top of my table there, and I'm going to place it strategically on each nail how I want it. So the thumb had it on the top left hand side and bottom right hand side. You want it bare in the middle. Then the next one is probably the most easiest of all, is the middle nail, and that one is just going to be covered all the way around the nail. It's kind of going to be up to you how you want to place it, where you want to pop each colour. There's obviously 3 different sizes of circle glitter in this mix that I've got today, and I'm just trying to sprinkle them, you don't want the pink, all the pinks in one corner kind of thing. I'm trying to distribute as best as I can, but it can be a little bit difficult, and you find that you often will just kind of apply it and thinking, oh, I'll be much quicker than what she did, and then you get to do it and you just kept thinking, oh, this area is a bit bare, oh, I need a couple here, and before you know it, you've literally spent 10 minutes on one nail because you kept fiddling with the glitters, moving it about, because you just kept thinking like it needed more, or you needed adjusting and all that. So it's a bit of a funny set. Like, it's quite simple. I feel like it's definitely recreatable, and it's one of those where you don't need the exact same glitter, the exact same gel polish, or even the exact same stamping plate. Like, you can absolutely recreate this and like make it like a completely different looking set that you would never even guess that it was inspired or recreated by today's set. Then on to now the ring finger. This one has 3 clusters, one top left hand side, one at the bottom, and then one on the right hand side in the middle. And this, we're obviously doing it on wearable sizes here, so I am each nail, the closer you get to the pinky, the nails do decrease in size, so naturally you're going to have less and less space kind of to work with when it comes to like your nail, but your nail bed, your canvas that you're working on, you're going to have a little bit less space, which is a good and a bad thing, because then you do end up just spending less time applying the glitter. And then I left the last 2 till last, because you kind of have to do in a straight line, and I just thought, oh, I'm going to dread it, so I'm going to leave it till last, leave the worst till last. So now on the index finger, you want to do like a line kind of down the center, kind of a bit to the left, kind of just whatever you feel like is right for you, and just a couple down, not about halfway, maybe just a couple below, halfway, and then pop that in the lamp. Then you want to do the exact same thing on the pinky, but the other way around, so you want the line going upwards, and then same thing, pop it into the lamp for a cure. Once it comes out, I will go ahead and do another coat of base coat. Now, I might have done 2 at this stage, to be honest, because we are going to be stamping. That's going to be the next part of the video, and you do not want your glitters to be sticking out bumpy and lumpy, because you will be able to see that when you stamp on top of it. So to help me avoid any issues, I do 1 coat of base coat, quite thin if possible, pop it into the lamp for a cure. Once it comes out, I will do another coat, And then at that stage, I'm usually ready to stamp, and you'll even be able to tell. If you're unsure, just run your finger across the nail, obviously wipe the tacky layer off, then run your finger, and then you'll be able to tell whether like you can still feel like the bumps and lumps, or if it's quite smooth and ready to go. So this is a stamping plate. It's the Nicole Diary L38 plate. I got it a very long time ago now on AliExpress. I've got a Moya London jelly stamper. Any stamper would do. And also we have some stamping polish. So I've just gone for regular black. And that one is from Born Pretty. I wasn't too sure if the black was going to be a good choice, just because we do have some black glitter going on there. So I was a bit worried that if I was to stamp on, you know, it's obviously going to cover some of the black glitter, whether or not you'll be able to tell that it's there, but it is, so it's all good. At this stage, I am actually wiping away the tacky layer. Now, usually I do like the tacky layer to be there, and I absolutely am for it when it comes to just regular gel polish. They leave a, you know, the tacky layer that they always do. But base coats, they seem to be leaving like a very gummy, different type of sticky layer, and now that sticky layer is a massive problem because it just makes stamping worse, which is so funny because you think it makes it better. No, it makes it worse. It's very like oily, so when you stamp, most of the time it just won't transfer over, and it'll actually leave like a tacky sticky layer on top of your stamper as well. So if I were you, I would probably just wipe it away or you can try it out, because maybe some are fine, maybe some are not, I'm not sure. So far I've only really tried with 2 different base coats and both left this tacky layer, and it was from, I think, Macart once, and then the other one is from Vanillisa. So those two I find that they leave this gummy sticky layer look that is not great for stamping. So at this stage you kind of want to go ham, like you can have a great time. This plate is amazing. It has a lot of beautiful leaves, flowers, some dotted patterns, which is so nice. You can make such a beautiful abstract look with this. Like, you can really get creative, and I love an XL plate. Love. Although saying that, I don't like storing them. I prefer the regular sizes because I just have more of the regular size. They're easier to store, basically, if you've got way more of them. But I do appreciate a one plate that has lots on there, because often I don't know why I do this to myself, to be honest. I have so many stamping plates, and I always, whenever I pick one out to do a set, to film, to show you guys, I always try to restrict myself to just this one plate. And I sometimes spend hours sat here thinking, how do I create a whole design with just this one stamping plate? Like, it's so frustrating. And like, it doesn't actually cross my mind to just do that. But yeah, I don't know. I just sit down and I pick up a plate and go, okay, well, what am I creating with this? Rather than just maybe explore maybe another 2 or 3 and pick out some random bits here and there to combine it all. But yeah, just a me thing. But yeah, so XL plates are more fun because you've got more to choose from, so you're more likely to actually create something with the one plate. So on the middle nail, they've got this dotted pattern, which I stamped across the whole nail down the center. On the thumb, we've stamped down 2 sets of leaves, basically, that had some dots patterned on there. One is going upwards, one is going downwards. Now the next one, it looks like we're going to do the index. Now on that one, there's these dotted straight line patterns. So I'm going to pick that up and then stamp it only across the glitter. Only there, and then below it I'm going to do some flowers. So there is this flower pattern right at the top. I might flip the plate around in a moment, but it is at the top of the plate and it is surrounded by dots and other things. But I am going to remove the dots because I don't want them there. I just want it strictly the flower only. There we go. I'm flipping the plate. Oh, I'm so sorry, the light is right in the way where I need to go. But there it is, and I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to go ahead and stamp it down in a second. So it'll be at the bottom tip of the nail. And I think we've got 2 nails. So literally every single nail has a stamp on it. If you wanted to be even more creative, you could colour in the leaves and the flowers and make it even extra cool, extra, you know, snazzy and all, but I thought that the glitter kind of speaks for itself and it's kind of the main showstopper, and the stamping is just a bit of an addition to it all, so I thought I'll leave it there. But that is something probably to consider for a future set, because I'm definitely bound to come back to this kind of design and do it again, maybe with a different colour, maybe we just switching something out. So maybe that could be one of those ideas to try out and colour in and just make it even extra cool. So now onto the ring finger, we are placing down one of those flowers that they have on their own. I think it's like the only flower that they have. It's really nice. I really like it. So we've stamped that down, and then next to it we're going to do some dotted patterns, like a swirly dotted look. And that's it on that one. And then last but not least is the pinky, and we're going to do literally what we did on the index, just flip it around. We're going to do the dots again on the glitter, but this time around we're going to place the flowers at the top of the nail rather than the bottom. So it's like a little bit of like a replica twin nail, but flipped around kind of thing. Since this is just a regular stamping, you don't need to cure these in between or anything. They literally dry on top of your nail, which is also why you do need to be working kind of fast with this. Not too fast, but just, you know, don't take your time too much on this. And then once I'm happy, everything's transferred over, we are then going to top coat, which is the very last step. And again, we're going to try out a new kind of top coat. So today we are going to do some macart. So we had some like at the start, we've got some stamping, and then now we're going to try out the Semilac top coat, which is, it does cure tack free, which is nice because some of them you can get like the tacky layer top coats. And I find this one to be quite thick. I'm so used to Madame Glam and their very thin gel polishes that whenever I get a thick one, I'm like, oh, I don't even know how to work with this. It's so thick. But it worked really well. The nails are very shiny, very happy with the shine. They feel lovely. All I got to do now is just file off those ends, crisp them up. I always do that right at the end. Give them the last file and everything like that, and that will be the set fully done. I will include the final footage of it on my hand in just a second once we finish top coating, what it looks like on my thumb, what it looks like on my hand, and then we're going to crack on with the thumbnail, which I'm going to do after the video. So hopefully that can come out today, and I can't wait for you guys to see. I hope you guys liked it. So if you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!